In this video I'm going to show you how to do the star stitch. Quite a close stitch, great for gloves, bags or baskets, anything that you need nice and tight. Your pattern will say to chain 28 and we'll work fairly loosely. Starting in the second chain from the hook, double crochet 5 together like this. From the second chain from the hook, that's the working loop, it doesn't count. That's the first chain from the hook, second chain from the hook. Insert your hook and draw up a loop. Insert your hook in the next chain and draw up a loop, and the next, draw up a loop until you have 6 loops on the hook in total, like that. And you'll notice that there's quite a bit of room on the hook. You want to keep that. Yarn over, pull down on your work as you pull through. That'll keep them together. Yarn over and chain 1, and that will create the center of your first star. So that's the little hole we're going to start to go back into to gather up another 5. So insert hook into the center of the star, the side of the star, and just 1 loop will do. Here's where you're glad you're loose. Gather up a loop. Same stitch at the base of the chain. Gather up a loop. And advance 2 from the next 2 free chains. Insert hook and draw up a loop. Insert hook and draw up a loop, and you want to make sure that last one is particularly loose because that will be the side of the star that you're shooting for later. Yarn over and through all 6 and chain 1 fairly loosely so that you've got a decent little hole for your center. Center, side, base, and advance 2. 1 and 2. Yarn over through everything and chain 1. Gather up again from the center, side, base, and advance 2. 1, 2. Yarn over through everything, chain 1. 28 chains will get you 12 stars for your glove pattern. I'm working on a reduced sample, just to show you. Yarn over through everything and chain 1. And the pattern says to insert a half treble into the same last stitch or chain. So yarn over, in and out, gives you 3 legs. Half treble is when you come through all 3 at once. So that's your first row of the half stars. The next row is what I call the topper row, and it will close them off. So turn, chain 2, and it says to put a half treble in the center of each star. Now I can quite see it quite well here, but sometimes for the first one you might want to tip your work back again and just identify it. That's it there. So if you keep your eye on that, that'll get you started. 2 half trebles in there. 1 and 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. They both go in the same place. 2 in here. 1 and another one. 1, 2. And the pattern says 1 half treble in the last stitch or the edge of the work, because sometimes you can't really see it too well. Yarn over, in and under 2 loops, and work your last half treble there. And when you turn, you'll have your star stitch started and ready to rock and roll for the next layer. This is like the first row, except you have to start with chain 3 because you can't immediately work off your row before, otherwise the star will move over. So chain 3, and you start gathering up your 5 double crochets starting from the second chain from the hook, the third chain from the hook, the first stitch at the base, and we go under 2 loops here, and advance 2. 1 and 2. Yarn over and through everything. Chain 1 to secure, and that's you you're off. You're ready to carry on across the row as before. Center of the star, side of the star, stitch at the base and advance 2, and from here on we'll be gathering up under the 2 loops. Center, oops, side, seam stitch at the base and advance 2, chain 1. And you notice the chain 1 is generous. Center, side, base and advance 2, center, side, seam stitch at the base and advance 2, yarn over through everything, chain 1, and we'll want to work in, I made a mistake and I saw it happen. I'll go back, I'll be diligent, I'll not edit, you can see Nina makes mistakes too. Center, side, seam stitch at the base and the next 2, but you just want to catch 2 loops there and not be too greedy. Through everything, chain 1, and you want to put your last stitch in the same hole as where you pulled up your last loop. Half treble in there. So it's a 2-row pattern repeat, and this is the star stitch gloves that I've been working on, and it's also in the Dimebar Cheesecake Cowl and cowl that I'll link to in the note. Okay, so I hope you give it a go. It's really very addictive because you don't know whether to just gather up or just top them off. You keep going, it really drives you forward, and I can imagine it'd be really lovely if you did your stripes in separate colours, 2 rows per colour. So good luck, enjoy, thanks for watching, bye.